The universe is fleeing, not from danger, not from destruction, but from itself. Galaxies are moving farther apart every moment, faster and faster. But why? What's driving this strange motion? And more importantly, will this force change the future of everything? This might just be one of the greatest mysteries of existence, an invisible, mysterious, and powerful energy called dark energy. Welcome to another mind-blowing video that's going to take your imagination on an incredible journey. Today, we're diving into a massive question. What's going to happen to our universe in the future? Will these beautiful stars and galaxies stay like this forever? Or will everything change in a strange and mysterious way? And most importantly, is a mysterious force called dark energy going to decide the fate of the entire cosmos? Stick with us until the end of this video, because we're about to embark on an epic cosmic adventure and find the answers to these questions. Let's imagine for a moment that we're lying under a starry night sky. You're looking at all these stars and galaxies, and you start wondering, how long will this magnificent scene last? Scientists had the same question. They started observing the cosmos with massive, super-advanced telescopes, and they discovered something totally bizarre. The universe is getting bigger. But wait, this isn't just any ordinary expansion. About 13.8 billion years ago, a gigantic explosion called the Big Bang happened, and that's when everything began. Since then, the universe has been expanding like a balloon being blown up. Logic would say that because of gravity, galaxies should start pulling closer together, and this expansion should slow down over time. But in 1998, scientists made a jaw-dropping discovery. The universe's expansion isn't slowing down, it's actually speeding up. It's like an invisible force is pushing the galaxies apart faster and faster. They called this mysterious force dark energy. This discovery was so groundbreaking that the scientists who found it, Saul Perlmutter, Brian Schmidt, and Adam Rees, won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 2011. Now, let's get to know this dark energy a bit better. Here's a simple example. Imagine you're blowing up a balloon, and it's getting bigger and bigger. If you stop blowing, the balloon should slow down and stop growing, right? But what if you notice that the balloon isn't slowing down? Instead, it's growing faster and faster every second. You'd think there must be some invisible force helping it expand. That's exactly what's happening with our universe. Scientists figured this out by looking at the light from super faraway galaxies. They realized there's a strange force working against gravity, pushing galaxies farther apart. That force is dark energy. We still don't know exactly what dark energy is. We can only see its effects, but where it comes from or what it's made of is still a huge mystery. It's like there's an invisible magician in the cosmos controlling everything. Let's take a look at what the universe is actually made of. How much of the universe do you think is made of stuff we can see, like stars, planets, galaxies, and even us? Only 5% of the universe is made of this normal stuff. Another 27% is made of something weird called dark matter. We can't see dark matter, but we know it's there because we can feel its gravity pulling on galaxies. And now, the most shocking part. 68% of the universe is made of dark energy. That means most of our universe is made of something we don't even understand yet. How did scientists figure this out? One way was by studying an ancient light called the cosmic microwave background. This light is like an old photo of the Big Bang, reaching us from 13.8 billion years ago. By analyzing this light, scientists were able to figure out what the universe is made of. Now that we know about dark energy, let's get to the big question. What's this mysterious force going to do to the cosmos? Scientists have come up with 3 possible stories, or scenarios, for the future of the universe. Let's hear them together. 1. The Big Freeze, a cold and silent ending. This scenario, called the Big Freeze, says that if dark energy keeps expanding the universe like this, galaxies will get so far apart that their light won't reach us anymore. One day, if a smart being looks up at the sky, they won't see any stars or galaxies, just endless darkness. Stars will slowly burn out because there won't be enough gas to make new ones. Even black holes will eventually evaporate due to a strange phenomenon called Hawking radiation. In the end, the universe will become a cold, dark, and quiet place. In this scenario, in the far future, even the light from distant galaxies won't reach us, and the history of the cosmos will basically disappear from our view. It's like losing an ancient book we can never read again. Based on what we see now, this is the most likely story. 2. The Big Rip. Everything falls apart. Now, here's an even more thrilling and a bit scary story. The Big Rip. Imagine you have a rubber band and you stretch it so much that it finally snaps. If dark energy becomes super strong one day, the universe's expansion will get so fast that everything will fall apart. First, galaxies will drift apart, then stars and planets will break away from each other. Even the gravity holding Earth in orbit around the Sun won't be able to resist. In the final stage, even atoms and tiny particles will get torn apart. In this story, the universe turns into an infinitely scattered and chaotic mess. Nothing can stay connected. It's like the entire cosmos just vanishes in a puff. 3. The Big Crunch. An endless cycle? The third story is a bit more hopeful. The Big Crunch. Imagine you're playing with a yo-yo. It goes up, then comes back down. In this scenario, the universe's expansion might stop one day, and dark energy could weaken. Then gravity will start pulling galaxies closer together, and everything will collapse back into a super tiny, super hot point. Just like the Big Bang all over again. Some scientists think this could be an endless cycle, a Big Bang, expansion, collapse, and then another Big Bang. But since dark energy is so strong right now, this story seems less likely. Now that we've heard the stories about the universe's future, let's talk a bit more about dark energy itself. Scientists have come up with some fascinating theories about where this energy might come from. 1. The cosmological constant, Einstein's idea that came back. Albert Einstein, a super famous scientist, ran into a problem when he was working on his big theory called general relativity. His equations showed that the universe should either expand or shrink. But back then, everyone thought the universe was static and never changed. To make his equations match that idea, Einstein added a magical number called the cosmological constant. This number acted like a secret force keeping the universe steady. But a few years later, another scientist named Edwin Hubble discovered that the universe is actually expanding. When Einstein found out, he said the cosmological constant was the biggest mistake of his life. Today, scientists think that maybe this cosmological constant is real after all, and it might be what we now call dark energy. 2. Vacuum energy, an invisible force from nothing. Another theory says dark energy might come from something called vacuum energy. Think about this for a second. If you have a completely empty space, like a box with nothing in it, do you think it's really empty? Nope. According to a weird science called quantum physics, even in empty space, there are tons of tiny particles and invisible energies that keep popping in and out of existence. Even in a vacuum, there's a lot of invisible energy that might just be dark energy. Another theory suggests that dark energy might be leaking into our universe from a higher dimension. We live in a three-dimensional world: length, width, and height. But what if there are more dimensions out there that we can't see? Imagine you have a bird in a cage. The bird can only fly around inside the cage and doesn't know anything about the world outside. Now, if you tap on the cage from the outside, the bird will feel a vibration, but it can't understand that it's coming from another world. Scientists say we might be like that bird. Maybe dark energy is coming from a higher dimension into our universe, and we can only feel its effects. Now that we've talked so much about dark energy, you might be wondering, how are scientists trying to solve this mystery? They're using super advanced telescopes. For example, the James Webb Space Telescope, which was launched into space just a few years ago in 2021, is looking at super far-away galaxies to figure out how dark energy works. There's another project on the way called the LSST telescope, which will start working in a few years. This telescope is going to make a huge map of the cosmos and help scientists understand what dark energy is and how it's affecting the universe's future. Now, let's think about ourselves for a moment. How do all these mysteries in the cosmos make us feel? When we realize that 68% of the universe is made of something we don't even understand, it gives us a strange feeling, doesn't it? These unknowns remind us that we're just a tiny, tiny dot in this massive universe. But at the same time, these mysteries awaken our curiosity. They make us want to learn more, explore more, and look up at the sky more often. All right, let's wrap everything up. As far as we know, dark energy is deciding the future of the universe. This mysterious force is making the universe expand faster and faster, and right now it makes up about 68% of the cosmos. But since we still don't know exactly what dark energy is or whether it'll change in the future, We can't say for sure which story will come true. Maybe the universe will turn into a cold, dark place. Maybe it'll rip apart. Or maybe it'll collapse back to its starting point and start a new Big Bang. The cosmos is always changing, and these changes are taking us toward a future full of mysteries. Maybe one day, with advances in science, we'll uncover the secrets of dark energy. What do you think? Which story do you believe is most likely for the universe's future? The Big Freeze, the Big Rip, or the Big Crunch?